If you're over 60 and struggling to build or maintain muscle, you're not alone. I've had dozens of patients this week ask me the same question. Doctor, is there really a new drug that helps you gain muscle without exercise? And honestly, yes, there is something new on the horizon. It's called Travoglumab, and it's creating a lot of buzz. Not because it's available yet, but because of what it promises. But here's the truth no one on social media is telling you. This drug is still experimental, and some people are dangerously misunderstanding what it can and can't do. As someone who has worked with older adults for decades, I want to walk you through the facts. What Travoglumab actually does, what stage of research it's in, the real risks involved, and whether this is truly the future of muscle health or just another internet hype. And since many of you are here to genuinely improve your strength and vitality, I'll also share 9 practical, proven tips to build muscle naturally, especially if you're over 60. I promise, the last tip is the one most people overlook, yet it's the most powerful. So stay with me. This isn't just about chasing a miracle pill. It's about reclaiming your strength the right way, step by step. What exactly is Travoglumab? And should you be worried or excited? Let's break this down in plain English. Travoglumab is the name of a new experimental drug. Strange name, I know, one that'll probably be changed to something more marketable later. But what it does is what makes it so interesting. This drug works by blocking a natural substance in your body called myostatin. Now here's the simple science. Myostatin is like a brake for muscle growth. It tells your body, hey, don't build too much muscle. So by blocking myostatin, Travoglumab takes the brake off, potentially allowing your muscles to grow more easily. Sound too good to be true? That's because we're still in the very early stages. Right now, the drug is in phase 2 of clinical testing. It's not approved, it's not available for purchase, and most importantly, it has not been proven safe or effective for everyday use, especially not for older adults wanting to gain a little strength. Let me give you a metaphor. Imagine asking 5 people in your neighborhood what their favorite food is. They all say spaghetti and peanut butter. Strange combo, right? But can you now claim that's the favorite food of your entire country? Of course not. It's too small a sample to mean anything. That's how early clinical trials work. Tiny sample sizes, early safety checks, not enough proof. In fact, phase 1, which Travoglumab already passed, isn't even meant to test if it works. It just checks if the drug is generally safe in small amounts. We're only just entering phase 2, which will test it in more people and start looking for side effects and real results.
Is it safe? Here's the real concern. Myostatin doesn't just live in your muscles. It's also present in your heart, and that raises a very serious risk. Could blocking myostatin lead to the heart growing abnormally large? It's called cardiomegaly, and it's not a muscle gain anyone wants. Too much heart growth can lead to heart failure. So yes, that's a red flag. Now, this drug wasn't even made for athletes or older folks wanting more muscle. It was originally designed for people suffering from severe muscle loss, like those with cancer cachexia or wasting syndromes where the body loses muscle rapidly. But as always happens, once a drug shows promise in one area, it gets talked about everywhere, including among influencers and some well-meaning but misinformed doctors online. And I get it. If you've been losing muscle, maybe due to aging, weight loss meds, or illness, you might be tempted to try anything. But please, don't chase shortcuts with unknown consequences.
So what can you do instead? If you're over 60 and your goal is to feel stronger, prevent falls, or simply keep doing the things you love,
You don't need to wait for an experimental drug. There are safe, proven, science-backed ways to build muscle naturally without the risks of unknown side effects. I've worked with hundreds of older adults who gained real strength, energy, and confidence without injections, without gimmicks, and without burning themselves out at the gym. Here are 9 things that actually work. They're simple, practical, and they work even if you're starting from scratch. Let's start with the foundation.
Tip number 1. Prioritize protein, but do it right. Muscle is made of protein, and as we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing and using that protein. So you need a little more than you did in your 40s, and it needs to be high quality. Think of protein like bricks for your house. Without enough, your body simply can't rebuild what it loses. Where do you get it? Here are your best sources, especially for older adults. Eggs, affordable, versatile, and packed with essential amino acids. Fish and poultry, gentle on digestion and rich in nutrients. Beans and lentils, great plant-based options, especially when combined with grains like rice. Dairy products, such as milk, yogurt, and cheese, if you're not lactose intolerant. Now, I know some folks avoid milk thinking it causes inflammation, but honestly, that claim doesn't hold up scientifically. Unless you're allergic or intolerant, dairy can be an excellent tool for muscle health. One more thing, don't just add a scoop of protein powder and call it a day. Try to distribute protein intake throughout the day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. This helps your muscles rebuild more steadily. And remember, protein alone doesn't build muscle. It gives your body the raw materials, but you'll still need movement, and we'll get to that in a moment. Tip number 2. Sleep is muscle medicine. Here's something most people underestimate. You build muscle when you sleep, not when you exercise. Let me say that again because it's that important. Muscle recovery and growth happen during sleep. And yet, I've had patients who do everything right, eat well, walk daily, even lift weights, but still struggle to gain strength. When we dig deeper, we find the problem: poor sleep. If you're sleeping less than 6 hours a night, your body isn't getting the time it needs to repair itself. Growth hormone levels drop, inflammation rises, and your ability to hold on to muscle declines. Here's my suggestion. Aim for at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night. If you're struggling, try establishing a calming nighttime routine. Dim the lights, avoid screens, and keep your bedroom cool and quiet. Even listening to relaxing music or reading something light can help ease your nervous system into rest mode. Your muscles will thank you. Tip number 3. Resistance training. Yes, you can. Now let's talk about movement, specifically resistance training. And no, that doesn't mean you need to join a gym or lift heavy barbells like a bodybuilder. Resistance training simply means working your muscles against resistance. That to be lifting light dumbbells, using resistance bands, standing up and sitting down from a chair repeatedly, climbing stairs, even using your own body weight. The key isn't how much you lift, it's that you challenge your muscles regularly and progress over time. Start light, build gradually, and be consistent. Why is this so important after 60? Because muscle loss speeds up as we age, and without resistance, the body just lets it go. But the good news? Studies show that even people in their 80s and 90s can rebuild muscle with simple resistance exercises. And here's a bonus. Muscle helps control blood sugar. So if you're managing diabetes or prediabetes, this is especially powerful. Tip number 4. Manage stress. It's more important than you think. This one surprises a lot of people. We often think of stress as a mental issue, but it's very physical too. Chronic stress increases cortisol, a hormone that breaks down muscle and stores fat, especially around the belly.
It also interferes with sleep, recovery, and your motivation to keep going. I once had a patient, a retired professor, who exercised and ate well. But every time her stress flared up, caring for her spouse, dealing with finances, her progress vanished. Her strength would dip, her weight would climb, and her energy would disappear. The turning point? She started setting aside 15 minutes a day just for herself. Soft piano music, journaling, a walk outside, whatever made her feel calm and centered. For me personally, I listen to Ludovico Einaudi, a brilliant Italian pianist, every day. Just 20 minutes of his music feels like a mental massage. So find your version of that. Your muscles aren't built in chaos. They grow in calm.
Tip number 5. Stay hydrated, even when you're not thirsty. Let's talk about something so basic it often gets overlooked: water. Muscle cells are like little sponges. They need fluid to function, repair, and grow. But here's the catch. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable. Many older adults don't feel thirsty, even when they're mildly dehydrated. And that can quietly slow down muscle recovery, increase fatigue, and even trigger dizziness or falls. So here's a rule of thumb I give my patients. Aim for 6 to 8 medium glasses of water a day. Don't wait until you feel thirsty. Make hydration a daily habit. Sip throughout the day. And yes, herbal teas, broths, and water-rich fruits like watermelon or cucumber count too. Quick note: if you have kidney disease or are on fluid restrictions, always follow your doctor's advice. But for most people, regular hydration is simple, free, and powerful.
Tip number 6. Your best diet is the one you'll stick with. Doctor, what's the best diet for muscle gain? I get that question all the time, and here's my honest answer. There is no one perfect diet. Low carb, Mediterranean, high protein, plant-based. They can all work as long as they provide enough protein, balanced nutrients, and help you stay within your calorie needs. The truth is, the best diet for you is the one you can enjoy and maintain. I always tell my patients, don't force yourself into a diet you hate. If you like the taste of vegetables, lean meats, olive oil, great. The Mediterranean diet might be a perfect fit. If carbs make you feel sluggish, reducing them could help. If you can't stand counting calories, try a plate-based method instead. But whatever you choose, make sure it's sustainable. Talk to a registered dietitian, not just the internet. Let them show you several options, and you pick the one that suits your body and your lifestyle best. Tip number 7. Check your baseline health. Don't guess, test. This might be the most overlooked tip of all. You'd be surprised how many people walk into my office wanting to build muscle without realizing there's an underlying issue blocking their progress. So let me ask you, how's your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your cholesterol, both good and bad? When was the last time you had your thyroid checked? Have you ever tested for inflammation markers? All of these affect how your body builds and holds on to muscle. In one case, a patient of mine kept losing muscle despite doing everything right. We ran labs. Turns out she had undiagnosed hypothyroidism. Once treated, her energy and muscle tone came back within weeks. So don't guess. Get a comprehensive blood panel, especially if you're over 60. Think of it as your muscle-building map. It shows you where to begin and what to fix first. Here's something I wish more people knew. You can eat well, sleep well, exercise regularly, and still struggle to gain muscle if your vitamin levels are low. Some of the most important ones to check include vitamin D, essential for muscle strength and immune health. Vitamin B12, low levels can cause fatigue, weakness, and even nerve damage.
Iron and ferritin, needed to carry oxygen in your blood. Magnesium and zinc support muscle repair, sleep, and hormone balance. I've had patients who felt tired all the time, no matter what they did. Once we corrected a hidden B12 deficiency, it was like flipping a switch. Their energy came back, they moved more, slept better, and built strength faster. So, if you haven't had a vitamin panel in a while, ask your doctor. Correcting even one small deficiency can make a huge difference in how your body responds to everything else you're doing.
Tip number 9. Set short-term, achievable goals. Your brain will thank you. This might sound like the soft advice, but it's actually the most powerful one of all. Because here's the truth. Your brain doesn't like big, vague goals. Get stronger. Go to the gym every day. Lose 20 pounds. These sound good, but they're so big they often lead to frustration and quitting. What works better? Tiny, clear, short-term goals. Like, I'll walk 10 minutes after lunch for the next 7 days. I'll do 5 bodyweight squats every morning for the next 2 weeks. I'll eat 20 grams of protein at breakfast each day this week. Why does this work so well? Because every time you hit a small goal, your brain releases dopamine, your motivation chemical. You start to feel momentum. And little by little, those small wins become big change. One of my patients, a 72-year-old man who hadn't exercised in 20 years, started with just 3 minutes of daily movement. 3 minutes, that was it. 6 months later, he was walking 45 minutes every morning and doing light resistance training twice a week. All because we started small. So set a 15-day goal, something simple. Write it down, tell a friend, and just begin. You're not too old. You're not too late. You just need to start where you are and keep going.
If no one has told you this lately, you are not too old to get stronger. Muscle isn't just for the young. It's your key to standing tall, walking freely, avoiding falls, staying independent, and living the life you choose. Yes, there are new drugs like Travoglumab in development, and maybe one day they'll help people facing severe muscle loss due to illness. But for most of us, the path to strength is already here, and it doesn't come in a syringe. It comes from your plate, your sleep, your movement, your mindset. Even small changes, done consistently, can lead to big results. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one tip from today, just one. Try it for the next 15 days. Then come back and tell me how you feel. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with someone you care about. There's someone out there, a brother, a friend, a neighbor, who might just need a little encouragement to begin. Subscribe for more science-backed health advice made just for you. And if you're curious about the nighttime habits that increase stroke risk, click the link right here. That video could be the most important one you watch this week. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live.